so I'm switching the mic on. It's all yours.
This is the Novice Singles final, Bromsgrove Indoor Bowls Club. Two people playing in the Novice Singles are Neil and Ian. They're just doing their first end, I think, at the moment. So the woods are coming down the green. Neil, I think, has just sent his first wood down. It's on its way to the jack. You can see there that Ian is lying behind the jack and Neil's come a couple of yards through there. Okay. So now it's Ian's second wood. He's waving madly at it, as we tend to do, but it's too late when it's on its way, from my short experience of what's going on. It is turning in towards the jack, and again he's round about a yard behind the jack. There's Neil's second wood coming down. I don't think he's going to reach. Well, he might. Coming further than I thought, but it was a bit narrow, and therefore has sort of moved across the front of the head. Ian again, he's walking after this one in a very determined manner, so he must like it. That's normally what the walking after it means. Having said that, he's left it short. I think he's probably still lying 2 shots behind the jack. It's difficult to tell from this angle, but that's just about where he is. Neil now waiting, he's ready to go, making his mind up what he needs to do. Here it comes.
Battery in it now.
All right, okay, is it working?
Yeah, but I can't knock the flash off. Have a look.
Yeah.
There's the menu. Sorry, there's the menu.
Okay.
I can't see what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go.
Well, I've got the battery went flat to start with. So I've just changed the battery.
Now putting the date and everything back in.
I don't know, I'm going to worry about that. Can you see anything on there about the flash?
No.
Because I went through it all and I couldn't.
No, I can't see anything either. Whose is it?
It's Chris's, Chris Jenkins. See, that's the only button. You know, I didn't know whether there was like, I'd have thought that button on there would have overall knocked the flash on and off.
Think, Rob. Think, where would it be?
I thought it'd been on that camera one. I would.
So,
Or say on the question. Well, I went to the question mark to ask.
can't see it.
I don't want to start taking photos with the flash on, see. So I don't think that's fair, do you?
See, it would be in flash mode, but it's greyed out. You can't get onto it.
Oh, is that
Flash
saying-
mode.
Oh, I see. All right then.
You can't get onto it.
If you press that button on the side, would you get onto
I
it?
don't think so.
No.
No. TTL flash. There must be something else. It removes the lens. That's the timer. That's the compensator for the... I think you're going to have to ask him, mate. Sorry, I think you're going to have to
Well,
ask him.
don't worry, don't bother me. It's him that wanted me to take some photos of everybody.
I think you ask him when... Okay, resuming the commentary for the Novice Singles. Got Neil's first wood has come up, and it's short of the jack. We've now got Ian's first wood of the second end on its way. It's coming in nicely, actually, this one. And that's just coming round the back. That's a lovely start there for Ian. Score is 3-1 at the moment, 2 away. I think that's Ian who's scored the 3. I wouldn't be. I'll find out a little bit later on. Another wood up from Neil there to the side of the jack. That's not troubling anything. Ian now with his second wood. Coming up. And that again is a nice wood, just come in front of the jack, probably a couple of feet. Looking at it here. Neil's third wood on its way. Coming into the head, it just needs to get here. It's just going to pull up good yard short, maybe 4 foot short. So Ian's holding at least one with that wood behind the jack. And there's another one in front. It's probably second shot. I think he belongs to Ian as well. So it's looking good for him on this end. Another one has hit one of Neil's woods and pushed it a little closer, but I still think it's possibly 2. I'm trying to do it like the snooker.
Yeah, so there's your plus and there's your minus. So, well, you don't need your minus, but you can put your scores on.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, 1-3. Oh, very good, Helen. You learn something new every day. Never been a commentator. Here comes Neil with a lovely wood. That's going to be just by the jack there, so that means that's going to be shot wood at the moment. Let's see whether Ian can do something about that with his final wood. And he's walking back down the green now. Trying to decide which way he's going to go and what he's going to do about that wood just in front of the jack. Wood's on its way. It's coming in nicely. Is he going to be here? Yeah, it's the lovely wood. Oh, that's nice. So he's knocked Neil's wood out, taking the wood near to his back wood, I think. So lovely wood there from Ian. And a nice result for him too. Players are going to look around the head for a little bit before deciding what the score is on this end. I think they're keeping it pretty much to themselves, but it's going up. It'll be going up on the scoreboard fairly soon. Ian's got the jack, so clearly he won on that end. It's just a matter of how many shots he actually got. I'll let you know as soon as it goes on the scoreboard. Quite a long jack. This one from Ian almost got about 1 yard in front of the tee. His first wood's on its way. Good start this from Ian. Again, about a foot behind the jack. Nice position. Neil's first good wood is a good one too, just inside Ian's opener, directly behind the jack. Good start for both players. It's very nice bowling. Ian's come in for a shot. Just behind the jack to one side there. All right. Good. Good. Don't know how long I can do it for. Neil's second wood there is a little wayward, considering how good the first three woods were on this end. Not really affecting anything on that. About a yard over to one side of the jack. Ian coming down again now. I think he's probably holding shot at the moment. And I think he's probably come in, possibly second wood. It's difficult to tell from this angle. Certainly they've bowled well this end. It's a good head of woods. Neil's come all the way up to have a look because they're all quite close, and now he's on his way. His long trudge back up the green to send his next wood. His mind's made up. He's just sending the wood now. Just looking at the line of this wood, he's a little wide, but his woods may make that. He's just going through the head. He's actually come back on to a good line. He was just a little bit heavy rather than wide with that one, but he has got one wood left, so he can still make a difference. It's Ian's last wood. Be interesting to see what he does with it here. I think another draw probably. He's holding at the moment. He's got to try and get a nice position, secure the shots that he already has. And he's left this one a little bit short, but again, it's probably in the count, I would think. Neil needs something here. I think he's lying shots down, so he'll be looking for something. He's on a tighter line this time. I think he's just coming in, got the same result as before, so he was a little heavy, and he's just gone through the head, so not really affected where Ian's woods are. So I think Ian's holding shots again. Unclear as to how many, but the mark is now going up, so we should get some scoreboard excitement when she gets to the top. So it'll be Ian's jack again. I'm just waiting. There's nothing happening on the scoreboard because I think the marker's going to centre the jack. And Ian sends it up. Again, it's a long jack. Marker now puts it on the tee. So the mat is a couple of yards on, but it's still a fairly long way to get to the jack. So it's going to be Ian to start, having won the last end. Score's going up. If the marker can reach the board. No, it's not going up. Okay. Oh, it is now. It's 7-1 now to Ian, so I think he's won probably 2 on each of the last ends. So he has the jack. He sent his first wood. It's a little on the long side. And Neil's first wood is on its way. And it's just short of the jack by a couple of yards. So nothing threatening at the moment. Ian coming in now with his second wood. That's going to be shot wood. Just misses the jack on the way past, but stops in a nice position. Neil trying to beat that wood now. Get inside it. On his way. Not sure he's here again. I think he's going to be short again this end. Yeah, same as his last one. Probably about 2 yards short. Good line. Just needs to put a bit more weight into it. Ian coming in nicely again with his third wood. He's probably rolled through a couple of feet, but he's holding 2 shots again at the moment. He certainly seems to be in charge of the game at this particular point. Neil needs to do something to pull himself back into it. It's not really going to help, that third wood. It's shorter than the previous 2, so Ian has an opportunity here to score quite heavily if he can get another wood in. think they just have one wood left each in this end. I think Ian is certainly holding 2 shots, maybe holding 3 with his wood at the back. It's difficult to tell. Just about to bowl his last wood of this end. It's on its way now, coming up the green. He's come in there around about a foot short, but it's certainly in the count. He's holding 3, possibly 4 at the moment. Neil needs to make his last wood count if he can. It's on its way. I think he may have left it short again, looking at that. Yes, he has. So I think this is going to be a score to Ian. We'll just have to wait and see how many it is. I fancy it's at least 3, possibly 4. Having a look at the head, they made their mind up. I'm not going to find out for a while, but my view there would that is at least 3 shots to Ian. So it's either 10-1 or it's 11-1. At the moment, we'll find out a little bit later on when the scores go up. So it's Ian's jack once more. He sends the jack down, left-handed. And jack's just being centred. It's just around about the tee again. So another long jack. I think Ian seems to be finding the length quite well on these longer jacks. So whilst he has control, that's where the jack is likely to be. First ball's a good start. He's about a foot behind the jack and about a foot to one side, so he's in a nice position there. I think Neil needs to try and get hold of this game fairly quickly. Otherwise he's going to be slipping out of his grasp, although there's still a long way to go. His first wood is a better wood than on the previous end, and he's about jack high. And about a foot to the left of the jack as he looks down the green at it. Ian's wood's on its way again. It's looking nice. Just going to be a little bit heavy round the back. Yeah, just a little bit far, about a yard through. So I think at the moment Neil is probably holding 1 shot. Second wood's coming down. It's a little wide, this one. A little wide and a little long. And the marker's picking that one out of the ditch and putting it on the side. I think Neil still holds 1 shot. Ian's on his way again. This is a nice shot. He's just missed the jack though and just rolled through a couple of feet. I think I would suspect that it's still being held. The shot's still being held by Neil with his jack high wood. The wood on its way from Neil again, very similar to Ian's last wood. He's gone past the jack and that's probably run 2 yards through. So he's got a nice wood there at the back should the jack move through. Ian's down having a close look at it now, at the head, seeing what what he needs to do to try and keep this good run of points moving, and not let Neil get hold of the jack and maybe change the length. So it's an important wood for Ian to try and get shot. So, as I say, he keeps the run of scoring going. Ian just waiting for Neil to come up the green, and he's about to deliver his wood now. Here comes Ian's wood. I think he's got a lot of work to do to get back to the jack. Yes, he's just a little heavy there. I think if he'd have had the weight right, he may well have been able to take the shot wood, but he was a little bit on the heavy side. So my suspicion is that the ownership of the jack is going to change here. Here's Neil's last wood coming down again. He's on that wide line. I don't think it's going to come back from there. No. His weight is good, but he was too wide. So the score's been logged with the marker. Going back up the rink. Yeah, it looks like Neil has the jack in his hand, so he's scored on that end. So maybe the start of a scoring run for Neil. Help him get back in the game a little bit. Okay, the jack's been sent. The marker is centering it. It's not too much shorter. It's probably a couple of yards short of the tee. So Neil clearly thinks that it's a length that he can find as well. He hasn't drastically shortened the jack. Still quite a long length. Long length? Did I really say long length? Yeah, I think I did. Neil's first wood is coming to a halt, and it's a good yard short of the jack, and also a yard or so to the left as he looks. So he undergreened that one a little bit. Ian's first wood is on its way, and again it's a good start from Ian. It's about a couple of feet, maybe a yard round the back of the jack, but it's a nice place to be should the jack get promoted up. Alright. And I haven't been rude to anyone yet really, apart from Jill not being able to reach the board. I'll get more personality in it in a minute.
Just do the score.
Yeah, she's only just put it up.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
10. Okay.
Brilliant.
So Ian's holding one shot at the moment. Both of Neil's woods are short. I think he was short coming this way last time. Ian's wood again is coming through, and again it's about a yard through. The other side of the jack, maybe a little more. Looking at it closely, he's certainly probably holding 2 at the moment. Neil needs to put a little bit more weight on, but he's on a pretty wide line here. His weight is better, but he's not affecting the score in the head at all with that one. So it's probably 2 to Ian at the moment. Score is 2 to Neil and 10 to Ian at the moment. Ian again has another wood. It's flicked off the front of one of the front woods that Neil sent down and has come across to be in the count. Neil needs to tighten this up here because he's letting Ian get 3 pretty average woods being scoring woods. This isn't going to help the situation, I'm afraid, because it's very short and not on the right line either. I've seen that wood many times when I've sent it myself. Not a nice feeling for Neil. He'll be angry with himself there. So Ian's got an opportunity here to A, win the jack back, and B, take 3, maybe 4 shots. Take the game quite a long way away from Neil. Coming in now, it is a little bit narrow, a little bit short, but probably good enough. We'll wait and see what the score actually is on that end. Quite difficult to tell from the camera angle I've got here. Certainly Ian's jack again, back in his hands and his control. I'm not quite sure how many shots there were, but I think it was 3 or 4 again. So Ian again with the jack. Just wiping his fingers, getting himself ready on his rag. Jack's on its way. Quite a long jack again. None of these players have reverted to a short jack as yet. That one is around about a yard short of the tee. So see whether Ian can put his first wood where he's been putting quite a few of them, just behind the jack. See whether he can perform that feat again on this end. It's coming quite nicely, a little bit on the wide side, but I think his wood's turned quite a lot. And it stayed out a little bit on the wide side and probably 4 or 5 foot through behind the jack. Gives Neil a chance to get his wood closer than that. The wood's coming in now. His line's good, it just needs to stop, and it's stopping probably 3 foot or so, yard or so behind the jack, but it's the closest wood so far. Ian's on his way again with his second wood, trying to improve on his first one. Just uncharacteristically long. That's a very nice wood coming in here. It's touched the jack and it stayed right next to the jack, so that's going to be a difficult wood to move from that position. Marker just getting down, spotting the wood. So, to say it's a counting wood should it end up in the ditch later on. And Neil sent a lovely wood there and knocked it away from the jack, but it still remains the shot wood. But he has at least got a view of it now, got a view of the jack now. So he did what he needed to do there very well. Ian on his way again with his third wood. And this is a nice wood too. This is coming to rest round about 3 or 4 inches in front of the jack. Very nice wood. Ian lying 2 at the moment. Neil's not going to change anything with this one. His green's not right. He's on the narrow side, and also he's not reaching with this. Really needs to perform now to get some woods nearer to the jack than he is doing. It's a little too easy for Ian at the moment. Ian's come all the way up to have a look at the head, and now striding back purposefully. Looking like a man who's at least 10-2, probably 13 or 14-2 ahead. There's every reason to be confident and comfortable with his current play and current position. So I think it's his last wood now. Coming up, he's certainly holding 2. See if he can make this one in for 3. It's on a good line. Coming in now. Again, he's a little bit short. Probably a couple of feet short, but might well be in the count. So again, it's down to Neil to have to do something about this. Otherwise he's going to fall further behind. He's too wide on with this wood. Even if he's got the weight, he's going to be too wide. So the bowler's coming down to have a look. Have the usual decision process as to how many have been scored. They've certainly been scored by Ian on this end. So again, a matter of how many. So there's 2 ends to go on the scoreboard. It's 10-2 at the moment to Ian, but with 2 ends to go, both of which he's won, I think fairly handsomely. Then I think I can see his lead stretching away after those 2 ends. We'll wait for the jack to be sent. Ian just grimacing there as he sent that wood. Hope he's not feeling any injury, or maybe he's just sent it too far. Yes, the jack has gone into the ditch. So marker is sending it back. Let's see whether Neil changes the length of this to hopefully bring himself more into the game. I've just got a score update now. It's actually 17-2 to Ian, so he's scored a 4 and a 3 on those last 2 ends. So he's certainly taking control of the game at this stage. There's Neil now choosing the length of the jack as Ian had sent it into the ditch. And I think he's gone for a slightly shorter jack this time. Okay. So it's a shorter jack we've got now for Neil, but it's still Ian to send the first wood. It's on its way. And that's come up about a yard short. I need to tell you the scores on the other rinks. Again, I'm a bit unsure as to who is who, but the score on rink 2 is 2 to the home team and 4 to the away team. So close game there in the men's rinks. In the ladies' rinks, it's 1 to the home team and 3 to the away team. And in the mixed triples, it's 2 to the home team and 4 to the away team. Oh, look at that.
That's a bit too much.
Yeah. Do you know who home and away are on these other rinks? Just out of interest. I can probably look on my phone, can't I?
Yeah.
Be in the same order as they came through, probably. Okay, just coming back to those scores, I think I know who the home and away teams are now, so I'll just update you on those. On rink 2, the men's rinks, it's Les Hainsworth, his team, they've scored 2 and they're playing against a team that, with Paul Heathcote, has got 6 points, so the away team there is winning. In the ladies, Sue Ross's team have 1 and Margaret Kellard's team have 3. And then the mixed triples, Sue Atkinson's team has 2. And Brian Lee's team has 4. So back to the novice singles. Ian at the moment's having a look at the state of play. I think the jack is behind or just in front of Wood. Haven't been watching, so I'm not quite sure who it is, to be totally honest. The way Ian was looking at it, it looks like one of his woods, but the woods are quite similar at this distance of the players, so it's a little bit difficult to tell on this end. Just having a look now. This is Ian's wood coming in. Okay, I would think it's his wood probably behind the jack, by the look of it. So we'll wait and see. Neil's wood's on its way again now. This is his last wood, so again he needs to do something with this, but I think he's going to fall short. Yeah, he's not made it to the shot wood, so I think that shot's again to Ian. And I would say it could be at least 2 shots, maybe 3 shots, but the marker's coming back, so it certainly isn't 4, otherwise the game would be over. But again, I think Ian has shots there. He's had the jack in his hand, so he must be getting fairly close to the 21 that is required for the game. There's the mat in his hand, and they're on the way back down the green towards the many waiting fans who have turned up to watch these finals. I think they've all come for the 5:20 pairs game, but maybe not. Certainly enjoying the bowls that are on offer at the moment on the 4 rinks that are in play. Standard is high, very competitive bowls. Novice singles is the one exception in a way that Ian seems to have this very much in hand against Neil Harrison at the moment. Let's see how this end goes. You never can tell. It's a funny old game, as they say in other sports. Ian's first wood is about a yard through, a few inches to one side of the jack. It's a good start. I think if you were a lead player in a rinks or a triples game, you'd be quite happy with that position, about 18 inches behind the jack. Neil has undergreened his opening wood, and he's also come up a little bit short. It's probably about 4 foot short. Might just be on the run in on the backhand side, right-handed players, but Ian's disgusted with his second wood. It's actually quite a lot short of the jack, so not his best. Line's good, but he's several yards short of the jack. Neil now with his second wood coming down the green. Looks a nice line, all on his weight now. He's just run through past the jack, but it's going to be shot wood, just about a foot past the jack. How can Ian respond to that? He needs a dead draw here, and again he's on a good line. Just needs to hurry. No, he's left that round about 4 foot short. So I think we're lying at the moment with 1-2. 1 to Neil, with another wood of his coming down. Let's come round the back. So Ian's having a good look again, making his way back up the green to play his final wood of this end. Picks his wood up, walks to the mat, ready to rock and roll. Wood's on its way. I have a feeling that a shot wood here for Ian might be signal the end of the game, but he has to do it first. He's just coming round. Neil's short wood. Oh, it's difficult to judge whether that has made it. It's short of the jack, and I would think it's a bit of a toss-up as to who's holding shot on that particular end. Neil's last wood coming up now. I don't think this is going to affect anything. No, that's short. Good yard short. Marcus having a look. I'm not sure whether she can tell who it is, but it's certainly difficult from this angle. We'll wait and see what the players decide when they get to the end. And having a look now. And they're walking round it in a threatening manner. And I think we might be having a measure. So Jill has his down measuring, so it must be quite close. I thought it was. I have a feeling if Ian actually wins this, then that could be the game. But the scores haven't been updated, so we're carrying on. And I think Neil has the honour of the mat and the jack, so that must have been 1 to Neil. Keeps him in the game. Maybe get an update on the score in a moment. I think Neil's going to have 3 points. I think Ian must be around about 20. First to 21, of course, this game. But we're continuing, so nobody clearly has got to 21 yet, as we continue on to the next end. Neil's jack, he sent the jack up. Marcus moving it across. Okay, we're a few spots up. It's a medium length jack. Neil sends his first wood. His first wood's coming in nicely. He's going to be just behind the jack, about a yard, maybe 4 foot behind the jack with his first wood. Darren's playing very well on rink 2, he's just asked me to say. Don't know whether he's winning or losing at the moment, but he's having a quiet Coca-Cola whilst he's waiting for some measures up on rink 2. It's 6-2 at the moment to the away team. So, fairly close game there. Rink 3 is 2 points to the home team and 3 to the away team, and rink 4, the mixed triples, is 2 to the home team and 5 to the away team. Score on the novice singles now is 3 to Neil and 19 to Ian, so he must have scored 2 on a couple of ends ago. So he's still got 2 points to get. And at this point, He's struggling to get there. That's just short, just slightly short, a couple of feet short. It could be quite close as to who's shot on that end. I still fancy Neil's wood behind the jack might well be shot rather than Ian's wood in front of the jack, but it's not easy to tell from this distance. Another wood coming up now of Neil's, and that's 6 to 8 foot short. Not going to trouble the scorers too much. Ian's wood looks to be on a nice line. If he's here, no, it's going to pull up a good yard short of the jack. So not his best. Just struggling to bring this game to a conclusion a little. Neil fighting hard to get a foothold into it. Neil's wood coming up now. Needs to turn. His weight, no, it's nice. Again, round the back of the jack. But again, it's hard to tell. That might even be shot wood. It's difficult to tell from here. So we have another wood of Ian's to go on this end. It's on its way now. This is the one. There's plenty of room around the jack. It's just a matter of finding the right weight. Again, it's struggling to get here, I think. It's just beaten his previous wood. So again, it's going to be looked at by both the players before a decision is made. I think it's possibly one of the players. I'll be able to tell you which one when they pick the jack up. There's a lot of pointing going on, and now there's kicking going on. So not the players, the bowls. So that's allowed. They haven't got to kick in each other yet. Jack's been picked up by Ian and given to Neil. So Neil obviously scoring some shots on that end as well. So keeps himself in the game. And Neil's jack now. Down it comes, back towards the audience. It's going to be medium to long jack again. It's probably round about a yard in front of the tee. First wood's on its way. Line looks fairly good on it. A little bit wide. It just comes round, yeah, foot behind the jack's a nice place for Neil's first wood. Need a good wood to get inside that. Ian now hoping to do just that. Wood's on its way, it's left-handed, so it's his backhand it's coming down on. And again, he's played a lovely wood here. If it stops, I would say they've done me again here, because that's going to be difficult to tell who is shot there, almost equidistant from the jack. Neil's second wood on its way. Again, this is a nice wood. It is own wood. If I were a betting man, I would just fancy Ian's wood, but it's not by no means a certainty. Ian's second is on its way now. The line looks quite good, but I'm not sure he's going to get here. It pulls up a good yard short of the jack, but it's on a good line. But he just failed to send it far enough. Neil on his way again. Looks wide, this one. And coming round the back. Not sure it's gonna stay on the green, but only just. Certainly gives Ian a chance here. Getting on his backhand. Seems to prefer that hand when he gets the opportunity to play it. Striding after this one like he quite likes it, but I think it's going to come round the back. Yeah, it's a good yard through the back of the green. Ian, yeah. Kevin Kinsella just asking me there who was winning on the novice singles. I think he ought to concentrate on his own game, really. He says quite right. Having a drink of water, he is like someone who's putting a lot of effort in. Anyway, we've got Neil going back now. I think he's got another wood left to send down, so we'll see what happens here. Again, as I say, it's difficult to tell. I'm not sure. I think Neil might be holding, but it's one of those difficult ones from the angles that we've got here. This wood's coming down now. Looks to be online. It's coming in nicely, this one. And he's picked the jack up, but I think he might have taken it to the wrong bowl. I think he might have taken it to Ian's bowl. If I remember right, if memory serves right, it was Ian's there. So I think if it is Ian's, then Ian certainly, from this angle, sits one at the moment. And I think he's going to forego his last wood, so that would indicate that he was sitting one. And he's going to carry his last wood down. So I think it's 20 points to 3. Ian with the jack, just trying to get that 1 point that he needs to bring the game to a conclusion. I think both players have played well. I think Ian clearly has been the better player on the day. It's all about how it happens on the day. I'm sure they're both capable of winning this competition. But on the day it's been Ian clearly who's been the better player. Still needs one though. Seen these games lost, but not very often from this position. You'd expect him to be able to bring this game home now. So he's on the mat with his first wood. Jack's a long one again. We'll wait till the end of this end of the end. Oh, surely not. Wait till the end of this end, and I'll give you the scores from the other rinks. There's a lot of people stood in my way. It's difficult for me to see, but I'll try and bring you the scores from those. Just mentioning one player from each of the teams. It's too many players to mention them all. I think they're important. Okay, that's Neil's first wood and Ian's first wood up. Ian is probably sitting one, I would think. They're both behind the jack, round about a foot. But I think Ian's is near by virtue of it being close, on a better line. He's coming again with his next wood, which is going to be a good yard short of the jack. But I think he's lying one, so he's lying game as we stand at the moment. Neil will try and do something about that. Got 3 woods left. Here comes one of them. It's looking good. This looks a good wood. He's going to be just shaving the jack high, and about 6 inches from the jab. So he's certainly going to have taken a shot with that one. Marker's spraying it, so it must just have glanced the jack as it went by. So what can Ian do about this? He's after it. I hope he's got here. It's just going to fall across the front of the jack, I think. Yeah, just going to fall across the front. So it's a good wood. It's a foot away probably from the jack, but it doesn't beat Neil's previous wood. There goes Neil again. I think it's his last wood here. We might have another one. Yeah, it's last but one. Can't count. This is going to be short as well, so that's not going to affect anything. Ian's having a good look. I think he might find that Neil's holding, however much he looks at it. Can't see how that can be any other way. They've got one wood left each, this end. So Ian will be doing his best to close it out here if he can. Okay, so he moves to the mat. Sends his wood on the forehand. Needs to hold. It's on a nice line here. Is he going to hit his own in? He has. He's knocked his own up, and he's probably knocked it into a shot position. So a very nice wood there from Ian. I think that's possibly left him in the game-winning position. Neil now certainly needs to pull something out here. This is his last chance, I think, and he's going to fall across. He's short and he's narrow. So let's see whether my predictions are right. If I think that could be the game, players shake hands. Shake hands with the marker. Ian Bowes, the winner of the Novice Singles, beats Neil Harrison 21 points. 21 points to 3. As far as the other rinks are concerned, just to fill you in on those before I check out. Rink 2 is the men's rinks. It's being won 8 points to 6 at the moment. I think it's Les Hainsworth team have 8, and I think Paul Heathcote's team have 6. On rink 3, the ladies' rinks is 4 points to 3, with Sue Ross's team ahead of Margaret Kellard's team. And the mixed rinks is being won at the moment. Mixed triples, sorry. Sue Atkinson's team have 2, but Brian Lee's team in the lead with 7. This is me saying my first go at this, but cheerio, thanks for listening. All right. I've just been told to say goodbye to the viewers, but probably listeners is viewers and listeners is probably right.
We'll be back later.
Yeah, we'll be back with another stream later if you can bear it.
1:30, I think.
Yeah, I think there's a 1:30 game, series of games on at 1:30. So we might have a dabble at those as well, or give somebody else a go and see if they can exceed expectations. Thank you for watching. Cheerio.